Hello everyone. In my experience, I have seen a lot of people were using some custom data tracking solutions. Even in few enterprises, they were using a third-party solutions to manage their data auditing. In this video, we will discuss about temporal tables in SQL Server. What is temporal table? So temporal tables are also known as a system version tables. This is a new feature added by SQL Server from the 2016 version onwards. So it allows us to maintain and manage the history of the data in the table automatically. So we don't need to write any piece of code to maintain the history of any table. So this is taken care by SQL Server completely. And we can pull the information by just writing a simple select queries. And how this is handled by the SQL Server. So when we are creating a regular table, the SQL Server itself is creating a history table for every original tables in behind. So this is how it maintains the data changes whatever is happening on the original table. Say for example, here I have a users table created. So this is the original table, and when I say system versioning on, so the SQL Server is creating the history users table in behind. So what is the use of the history table? So whenever I make any inserts or updates to this table, it will keep track of the data changes happening in the history table. So how this is tracking the data? So for this, SQL Server using a system start time and system end time. So every record has its own start time and end time. We'll quickly see the demo in some time, so you can understand clearly. So before that, you can see the users table what is created here, and the history of users table. So both are having the same structure, same number of columns. So the users table has ID column, name, department, role, created date, end date. Even the history users is having the same number of columns. The only difference is that the original table has the primary key constraint, but the history table will not have any constraints. That's the difference. Otherwise it looks almost same. What is the use of the temporal tables? Why do we use the temporal tables in general? So the temporary tables are used for data auditing and rebuilding the data in case of any user mistakes, and reporting for historical trend analysis. What is meant by data auditing? So data auditing is nothing but examining our data to understand what was the state of our data, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday. So for a particular given time, what was our state of the data? So you can easily get it from the history table. And for in case user mistakenly updating, so user is writing some update statement, so in they just not used any where class, simply they updated all the records, then all our data got updated with the same value. So this is absolutely wrong. So how do we get the data back? So history table can be used for this purpose as well. We can look at the history table and identify what was there before updating. And the third one is reporting a historical trend analysis. So this can be a data analysis. So in any business model, if they wanted to see what is happened on the last month, what is the sales, and which product is sold very frequently, which product is sold, uh, which product is liked by the customers mostly. So this kind of analysis you can do it by the trend analysis. So even the temporal tables can be used for this purpose as well. So let us quickly see the demo on how we can enable the temporal tables and how to use it. So here I have the queries available readily. So I will share these queries in my GitHub, or I can share the files in the description. You can download it. So let me create. So right now I don't have any tables in my database. So I have a temporal table database for this demo purpose. So I'm going to create users. Sorry, I didn't select entire thing. Okay, yeah, so the users table got created now. See, I have a users table here, and also this is marked as system version. So system version is nothing but it says this temporal table option is enabled. So these are the major keywords we need to consider to make sure to enable the system versioning. So we should mention system versioning on, and also we should give the history table and what should be your history table name. So my history table name is history underscore users. My original table name is users, so I can easily identify. Otherwise even this is optional. If you have not provided any names, system by default will create a name with some random numbers. And the other keywords for the temporal tables are generated always as row start and generated always as row end. So these are the two columns I am using to identify what is my creator date and what is my end date for every record, for every data. So these three things are mandatory to enable a system versioned tables. So these column names can be anything, but just make sure whatever column names you are using here for start and end, so make sure you are using the same for this. So now I'm executing my select query. So I don't have any records here. These are the columns I am having. So let me insert I'm inserting one by one so that I will get a different date time stamp. Just a fraction of second will be a difference. So I created 4 records here. See, this is my creator date for every record. So I have 4 users in my database, A, B, C, D. Each user is one user is a developer and another one for a tester, manager and business analyst, and all the department are same. So this doesn't matter, we don't need to worry about it. So creator date, so this is the major the creator date and end date is playing a major role for the temporal tables. So you can see this record particular data is created on this time and end date is the maximum date. So yeah, just leave it for now, we will see what is it. So now I am just going to update my first record. Say the username A is going to get a promotion from developer to senior developer. I am updating this record. Let me see the query. So now this date has been changed. Initially it was something around 13:55:20. Now this is changed to 13:56:32. So now I'm going to update the second record as well. So user B is going to be a senior tester now. So this record start date is also getting changed, but the end date remain same. So there is no change in the end date of the original table. So here you can see the select use. I'm just pulling the data from the users table. I'm not getting any record from the history table yet. So my users table is showing the same 4 records, but senior dev and senior tester is having a different created date than the rest of the two. So let me quickly show the history table. So these are the 2 records logged into a history table. I will show you both queries. So initially the user A was a developer till 13:56:32 seconds. Then he got promoted to a senior dev on 13:56:32:42. So till this time he was a developer and he's become a senior dev from this time onwards. Similarly, user B was a tester till this time and he got promoted to a senior tester on this time. So develop user A was a developer from 13:55 to 13:56 and he got promoted on 13:56. And so we can pull the audit queries, something like this. So you can get the user details from this time onwards till this time. So you can have a queries like this. So let me change my query so that I can pull the data. So I will make this as a 13, so it will pull everything. Yeah, so here you can see, so this is the audit record. So user A was a developer from 13:55:21 till 56 and he got promoted, the data got changed as a senior dev from this time onwards till the end date. So when the end date is maximum, this is the current record. So if you see this again, role B, user B is a tester and the end date is not a maximum date. So when you see the end date is not a maximum date, which is a history record. So wherever you have the end date is 999-1231, this is a history, this is a original record, this is a current record. Yeah, I think that's all about the temporary tables, and I will share the script whatever I have executed here with you for so that you can try the same. So these are the major keywords we need to make sure we are not missing: system versioning and generated always row start, generated always row end. That's all about it. Thank you very much. So you can post any questions. If you have, you can post it on the comment window. I can try to answer sooner. Thank you.